Coming up on today's episode. Good day, YouTube. Here with you again, hopefully for the last time on this Ranger tape player explanation of switches and such. Getting kind of tired of it myself, and I know you guys are too. So I'm trying to make it as brief as possible. On the left, we have the master tape switch diagrams, both with a tape present and with no tape present. And that's the way the switch switches, and we're going to go over that in just a second. On the right, we have the actual switch itself in the unit. I took a good picture of that the other day, and we got these labeled. And you can see main power is here, this red wire coming in here, and that is this terminal right here on both sides, if you want to look at it that way. And the tape motor is here, and that is this one here, again on both diagrams. Radio power is also on that side, so it is over here, as you can see. Amp power is down at the bottom. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a common terminal. You can see I've got a wire drawn between the two on both diagrams, and one center thing going to the power. It's not exactly the way it is. It's actually on this one here. You can see it here in this picture. That is actually the amp power wire coming on to this side of the switch. And that's important. It will be important in just a minute, so we'll go over it in a second. All right. So that's basically all of our things, except for on this side, the radio switch. I forgot to point that out. That's this one here. And again, on both diagrams. So, okay, now let's go through it real quick. No tape present, the simple one. We have main power coming in, 12 volt from the car, from the power supply, whatever is powering the unit. Comes into this terminal here, this red wire coming in here, main power. And you can see absolutely nothing happens because nothing is connected via the switch or any other wires. It is dead to the world. So, okay, that's fine and dandy, but what happens when we turn the radio switch on and we connect here? Okay, now we're powering up this position here on the switch, and you can see the switch is just set in that position to where it's going to feed this wire here, and it's going to feed over here. Our amp is going to have power, as you see, and comes back up here to the radio, and the radio plays. How about that? That works rather well when you press the radio switch. Okay, good. Now, tape present. Now we slid in the tape, we turned the radio off, we slid a tape into the tape player, and we want to hear a tape play. So what happens then? Okay, main power again comes in. This time the tape present switch has made the switch go this way. Okay, so let's follow it again. Turns the amp on. Well, that's good. This time, instead of the radio, it turns the tape motor on. And that's what we want. We want amp and the tape motor for the tape player. So that works good. No problems. Now, that explains exactly how this is wired and how it operates. So what we're going to do, though, is add a Bluetooth to the mix. And how are we going to do that? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so now the first thing we got to do when we add the Bluetooth switch in, we have to move this amp power right here from this terminal that you can see here over to the other side, and we're going to remove the jumper wire that was here, between here, and go from there. And that's the way we're going to do this because that jumper wire can't be there for this to work right. So let me go through the power arrangement now with the Bluetooth switch in present. Obviously, we're in the no tape present position. We don't have an 8-track tape in there, and we're not turning the radio on, and this is just for the Bluetooth now. So the power comes down here like this, goes nowhere on the tape player, so it doesn't get any power that way. So it comes back over here to this side, to the actual switch that we've added. Goes to this center terminal right here, and with the Bluetooth on in position that it's in, goes up through here. It comes around here, but there's nothing there, so there's no connections there. Comes around this way and goes to now the amp power, which has been moved over here. And that is the only thing that's operating on the Ranger right now is the amp power, and that's all we want for the Bluetooth. So that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Now let's switch it off, and we have these two energized on both on the bottom here. And let's follow it again. This time the power comes in, goes to here. There's no connection here now. It's down here. So basically that's off. There's no additional power added that way. Now the other side, though, comes from our amp power coming this way. Goes back through here. Again, goes here. There's nothing there because this is in the down position. Comes here, though, and this is in the down position. Comes around here and goes back to the other side to complete the jumper once again. So that's all this is doing, is basically making the jumper present once again to make the Ranger back to its original state. So it will, with the Bluetooth off, in the off position, it will operate as it always did. So that takes care of the whole thing there, and we are finished. So isn't that fun? So now what we're going to do is basically go into the workshop, and we're going to try to hook this up in our demo mode. Now for our demo mode, as I think I outlined already, we're going to have this tape motor wire removed and just have something blocking up the switch so that our amp will come on and we will have amp power for our tests. So let's try to do that and see what happens. Alright, we are at the bench as promised earlier. I've had some funkiness going on here, as they say. I think I got it sorted out now. I have the it's kind of hard to get you all in the thing here at once, but you can see the Bluetooth module is over here, and I don't know how well you can see it. Little red light is flashing. I think that indicates that the SD card is playing, because if we turn this up over here, now that is playing through this exactly as I intended it to. And what we're going to do is go over here and we're going to press some buttons. This should advance the track to the next track, and I believe it did. Hey, you can hear it does work. Horse with no name. You did a bad thing. Now, let's stop that right there. I'm going to switch it, I believe, to Bluetooth. Now you can see the red light has slowed down, and it is connected to my phone at this time. And we'll play some more.
My mother called me to the side. She said, son, you're growing up now. Pretty soon you'll take a bride. And then she said,
hearing some kind of noise running. Not sure what that is. I'll turn power off. Something to do with the amplifier, obviously. May have been some interference or something. Let me turn it back on again. don't hear it this time. We're back to the SD card again now. That's the default. When you turn this on, it comes up into SD card, I guess. Now, that may be because I do have an SD card in it. I never thought about that. That might be that. But you can hear. Oh, that's a little bit different. Now that's pretty good sound. Now that's pretty high as far as the level, so I don't know, maybe I have to add some additional circuitry in there to calm it down just a little bit more.
Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love.
No, that didn't work. Not sure what that noise is. Go past that twice, see what happens. Let's have a read error or something. I'm guessing. Let's try going the other way. Part of that noise you hear is from not having a shielded cable. All that'll be corrected with a RCA jacks on the back and shielded cables being used. So it is pretty hot input. Might have to tone that down a little bit. Other than that, it plays fine. Pretty pleased with that. I think the other end, I think I was just at the end of the... why that kept playing the same one over and over again. Yeah, see, that's what it is. There's only so many songs on there. It doesn't wrap around. It doesn't go around to the back. So there's only that many songs on there. So that's that way. Let's try Bluetooth again. I kind of wanted to see. I'm thinking the phone maybe has something to do with it. Does work though. Obviously, there's more noise on there.
You've given me a true love, and every day I thank you, love, for a feeling that's so new, so inviting, so exciting. Whenever you're near, I hear a symphony, how tender melody.
Noise seems to be present on one side only.
Pulling me closer, closer to your arms, then suddenly,
Maybe my connection on the board there. I don't know why you can see me messing around down here.
I'm feeling so divine.
Sounds better now.
Till I leave the past behind. I'm lost in a world made for you and me.
The track selection works on this as well, so yeah, it's still there.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance. You didn't even.
All right. So obviously there's a problem with our connection here. And that's Bob. Okay, they're both of them. There you go. Now maybe it was both of them at the same time. Try that again.
Oh, I could hide
I think it's our connections.
the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring. Once it's ring and I rise.
I believe it's this thing it's picking up. Yeah, I just lost my ground. Maybe it's grounding through that. Maybe that's part of the problem. I think it is. I think it's a ground connection. Now let's go back to the other one, see. Gotta watch my time. That was FM. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, that's probably aux in. Hey, you can hear it's a little hot on the SD card. It has the best sound there. Okay, there you go. Something interesting happens, and you guys didn't see it, but you may have seen a flash. When I turn this 970 off, the the TV goes blank for a second. And it's done that now twice when I've done that, so I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it's kind of weird. Okay, this is all I really wanted to do for this. I just wanted to prove that it works, and it does. May need some tweaking as far as trying to tone down the hotness of the MP3 player output, where I've got it, hooked up to, and that I thought would be the best place to hook it up for that, because of the fact that it goes through that 180K resistor, and it's got. I know it drops down the voltage quite a bit, the signal voltage, because I had it hooked up at first before I turned the camera on through the tape player, because I was testing it yesterday and couldn't get any kind of sound using the our little signal generator that we made, and I couldn't get a tone out of it. Well, I could if I turned it all the way up. I could get a tone out of it, but I didn't think it would work, so I had it hooked up to the tape. And when I first turned this on, it was so loud. It was just, I had turned it off right away. And like I said, then I figured out, I took the wire loose here and hooked it over to the other input and tried it again, and it played just fine then, like it does, on here. So it's still a little hot, though. I mean, it is, like I said, it might need a little toning down, but yeah, it is going to work for sure the way we want it. And that was the whole purpose of this demo, is to find out if it's going to work. And you all heard it. Now, any kind of extraneous noises that you heard, like I think it sounded like you could hear the tape player, I think that's a ground issue. And I believe the shielded cable will help a lot using that. And also making sure this ground, I had this ground here, I don't know if you can see that, but this ground here was completely off when it was doing a lot of that. So that's the power in, or I'm sorry, the audio ground between the two channels. So I guess it was taking the ground from the MP3 player here, or the MP3 player, the Bluetooth module, and using it because this wasn't even hooked up. So that was part of it, and like I said, it's just a connection issue, I'm sure. There's no reason for the tape player. In fact, when I had all this unhooked, there was no noise coming out of it all. I mean, other than audio hiss sometimes, if you turned it up. But like I said, it's all coming from the Bluetooth module, and just a matter of getting the connections correctly. Bluetooth works. We've seen that. SD card works. FM worked, but I was afraid of that. I had timed out. So, but there is a connection point for an FM antenna on this. I keep not pointing at the right thing. There is a connection point on this for the FM antenna, so it's possible that I might try the FM antenna. Not that it will be used, because we obviously have an FM radio built into this. So, that's that. Again, it works as I wanted it to work. I'm happy about that, and it's just a matter now of putting some jacks on the back, doing the wiring that's necessary to get it done, and also taking that amp board out and recapping it. I haven't forgot about that. Like I said, although, the more I listen to it, I think Bill was right. I think it sounds perfectly fine. And, I think it might be better just leaving it like it is until I have a problem. If I have a problem, then I can change them. But I'm kind of trying to talk myself out of it, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But, it definitely has plenty of sound, and the sound is crisp, especially with the digital of the Bluetooth. Very crisp. So, in fact, I had to tone it down a little bit to get, to make it sound halfway decent on the speakers. If I put it up where it had it on the radio, then, see, that's what I was going by, was the sound from the radio. Maybe, it's not as high in frequency as a player like this would be, so maybe that was the reason for that. So, anyway, I've talked long enough, and you guys have now seen that this will work, and it's just a matter of, again, put some jacks on the back, and I'll make make a cabinet for this of some kind, and get everything lined out and ready to go, and this thing will be ready to install before you know it. So, thanks you guys for watching. I do appreciate that, and we will talk at you later. So, see ya!